Hello, welcome to our lesson 6. So today we're going to talk about grammatical cohesion in discourse. So from them conjunction and discourse markers. So today we're going to talk about conjunction and discourse markers. So let's get started. So you can see the table, the system of cohesion. From here, in the previous lessons, we talked about references in meaning, ellipsis substitution in wording, and today we're going to talk about grammatical between messages conjunction. So this is the third branch of grammatical cohesion, so conjunction. So let's get started. So first of all, we should mention the principle of cohesion. The concept of cohesion in text is related to semantic ties or relations of meanings that exist within the text and that define it as a text. Without semantic ties, sentences or utterances would seem to lack any type of relationship to each other and mightn't be considered as a text. So cohesion can be defined as a property that distinguishes a sequence of sentences that form a discourse from a random sequence of sentences. It is a series of lexical, grammatical, and other relations which provide links between the various parts of a text. In studying cohesion, we should make a distinction between linguistic cohesion and pragmatic cohesion or coherence. Cohesion is concerned with the way in which the components of the surface text, for example, the actual words we hear or see, are mutually connected within a sequence. The surface components depend upon each other according to grammatical forms and conventions, such that cohesion rests upon grammatical dependencies. Thus, cohesion is a grammatical relationship between parts of a sentence essential for its interpretation. Coherence and concerns the ways in which the components of textual world, the configuration of concepts and relations which underlie the surface text are mutually accessible and relevant. It is the order of statements relates one another by sense. It means by meaning. The quality of being meaningful and unified. 7 criteria which have to be fulfilled to qualify either a written or a spoken text as a discourse. Cohesion, grammatical relationship between parts of a sentence essential for its interpretation. Coherence, the order of statements relates one another by sense, it means by meaning. Intentionality, the message has to be conveyed deliberately and consciously. Acceptability indicates that the communicative product needs to be satisfactory in that the audience approves it. Informativeness, some new information has to be included in the discourse. Situationality, circumstances in which the remark is made are important. Intertextuality, reference to the world outside the text or the interpreter's schemata. So here is given the 7 criteria which can be fulfilled as a whole written or spoken text as a discourse. So the cohesive devices in English, you see that references we mentioned, substitution we mentioned, ellipsis we mentioned, and today we're going to talk about conjunction. And the last one is lexical cohesion. So today we're going to talk about the conjunction, and the discourse markers. So what they are? Let's get it. Discourse markers and conjunctions. In linguistics, a discourse marker is a word or phrase that is relatively syntax independent and does not change the meaning of the sentence and has somewhat empty meaning. Examples of discourse markers include the particles oh, well, now, then, you know, and I mean, etc. Some of the words or phrases that were considered discourse markers were treated as fillers or expletives. Words or phrases that had no function at all. Discourse markers, words like however, also, and nevertheless, are referred to more commonly as linking words and linking phrases or sentence connectors. They may be described as a glue that binds together as a piece of writing, making the different parts of the text stick together. They are used less frequently in speech, unless the speech is very, very formal. Conjunctions are not a way of simply joining sentences. Their role in the text is wider than that, because they provide the listener or reader with information for the interpretation of the utterance. That is why some linguists prefer to describe them as discourse markers. So the main types of conjunctions, so this is called the big or the bulk portion of conjunctions. The first is elaboration, the second extension, and the last one is enhancement. So elaboration can be as in other words, rather. Extension can be and, but, alternatively. Enhancement can be, in that case, cause, effect, consequently, and etc. So this is the main and the big view of the types of conjunctions. So these are subtypes of conjunctions: additive, causal, adversative, and temporal. So what is additive? Additive, as its meaning, so they are moreover, besides, furthermore, in addition, and causal, show the cause and effect. Adversative, also, but, even though, in contrast. Temporal, then, to show time and place subsequently. So temporal means mostly can show us the procedure. So conjunction acts as a cohesive tie between clauses or sections of text in such a way as to demonstrate a meaningful pattern between them. Conjunctions can be classified according to four main categories as mentioned before, like additive, adversative, causal, and temporal. So additive conjunctions act to structurally coordinate or link by adding to the presupposed item and are signaled through like and, also, to, furthermore, additionally, and etc. The additive conjunctions may also act to negate the presupposed item and are signaled by nor, and not, either, neither, and etc. So here is given some examples. I don't like smoking, and neither does he. Here is and neither is also adding some new information to the sentence. Derived from I don't like smoking, he doesn't like smoking. So here is given the same meaning with the two sentences. Why? What are they talking about? The last common conjunctive category is temporal and links by signaling sequence or time. Some sample temporal conjunctive signals are then, next, after that, next day, until then, at the same time, at this point, and etc. So they usually show us the sequence and the time. Examples: time sequencing. For example, after the battle there was a snowstorm. So here is after is a temporal conjunction. They fought a battle. Afterwards it snowed. Here is also the word afterwards. It's a temporal conjunction. The battle was followed by a snowstorm. So here is the phrase followed by is also temporal conjunction. Thank you very much. The lesson is over. If you like the lesson, I'm so happy to have. Bye bye.